Labour's new parliamentary candidate for Colne Valley, Debbi, came into the examiner's offices to discuss her chances of winning the marginal seat. Debbi, welcome to the Examiner. You've recently been chosen by the Labour Party as their parliamentary candidate for Colne Valley. What do you think your chances are?
I think we stand a good chance. We've had a very good MP in Callie Mountford, who's unfortunately having to retire because of ill health. I think it has been recognised in terms of the value that she has played in the constituency and what she has done on behalf of constituents. Unfortunately, we haven't had a good result in the European elections, and we recognise that. But I think there's a lot that we need to do and we can do to respond to the issues that have been raised on the doorstep. So it is about reconnecting with our constituents and listening and responding to the issues that they're saying. My whole background, my working life has been in public service, and I see politics is about public service. To become Colne Valley's MP is the pinnacle of public service for me. So it is about bringing all my experience, the range of experience that I have had in the public sector, in health, in education, and in terms of the work that I have done around a whole range of policy areas, and using that within Colne Valley. But in addition to that, I mean, my background was actually in community. I started my working life in community work. So it is really good to get out there, meet with people, and be able to listen to what they see, and as I say, respond and do something about it.
Well, so I'm sure you know the constituency's extremely it's extremely marginal. It's also one of the very few seats in the country that's a three-way marginal between Labour, the Conservatives, and the Lib Dems. The Conservatives and the Lib Dems have both had their candidates in place for a couple of years now. One of them, the Conservative candidate, lives in Homebridge, and the Lib Dem candidate lives in Marsden. You seem to be coming at this from two disadvantages. Firstly, that you're coming into this process later than they are of being a candidate, but also that, as I understand it, you live in Rochdale, that you don't live within the constituency. Do you think that's going to be a big disadvantage?
Well, the 2 points there. First of all, I intend to move across as soon as is practically available. But in the meantime, I live about 5 miles.
Does that mean
I would
before the election? Or?
Before the elections, as soon as I say, is practically possible. So before the election. But I live 5 miles away. I live actually in Newhay, which we used to be part of the constituency in one time. So in terms of being here and on the ground, I've had a presence every day since I've been selected 3 weeks ago. And as I say, I recognise what you're saying in terms of the other candidates, but I bring the commitment, the energy and enthusiasm, as well as doing the work on the ground, and I will be doing that.
One of the issues that came out in the Examiner when the selection process was going on was that we had a lot of people writing in who were unhappy that it was an all-women shortlist that the party used to select the candidate. Yeah. Do you think that was the use of an all-women shortlist was justified?
I would be prepared to stand, would have been prepared to stand if it hadn't been an all-women's shortlist. I understand exactly why it was introduced. I think the estimates have been that if we have the current rate of MPs, women MPs coming into Parliament, that it would be 2050 that we would have some parity.
Sure. And also, obviously, at the moment, there's a lot of speculation about the leadership of Gordon Brown, and the MP for this area, Barry Gibson, has been one of his most vocal critics over the last week. Are you absolutely sure that when the next election comes, Gordon Brown will be the leader of the Labour Party?
I certainly support Gordon. I think we were quite aware in terms of when Gordon became our leader that what we wanted was somebody of substance, and that's, I support that. No leader is perfect, that's why we have a leadership team to support that. So, but he's a man of substance. If you just look at what has been said about him across the world, when we're facing such huge problems as we are, that he's the person to be able to solve those problems. And we must make sure as a party that we stand behind him. Again, last Thursday when I was ringing around and knocking on people's doors, I couldn't believe what was going on. And it is about unity within the party, and we have to have that. So I fully back Gordon.
Mm-hmm. So what did you think of Mr. Shearman's interventions last week?
That's his opinion, and you know, we're a broad church, we're all entitled to our opinions, but I say now let's get behind Gordon and make sure that we come up with a 4th election win.
All right, thank you very much.